So this is Fetzfin barbecue pork. Just wanted to give you a little showing of what we serve from day to day in the pork shoulder category. This is your Boston butt, pork butt, all the same thing pretty much. We're going to be breaking one down that's been on the smoker, so we're just going to take you through that. First thing we're going to get to is I'm just starting with washed hands, of course, some food handling gloves, and then some hot gloves. We're going to throw those on. This has been resting after we took it off the smoker, but still going to be a little hot probably. You're looking at the top of the shoulder right here. Skin side up, I guess you could say. There might be a little fat cap when you buy your pork shoulder. So this is the top, or that side that you're looking at right now. Spin that around. There's that little bone that you would be looking for. And you can see that's kind of loose already. That'll be easy to take out. That's part of how we tell that's done. When that's loose, we pretty much know it's time to pull that off the cooker. Flip this over. That would be the meat side that you would be looking at. It's a lot of bark on there. That's been sitting foiled for a little while after we took it off the cooker. It'll break down nice and easy for us. We'll flip that back over then to that skin side, because I don't know if you probably can't hear, but that's nice and crispy. We rendered that down nice. And what I'm going to try to do here, maybe if you grab me a knife or something, and try to kind of take this all off. Kind of in one piece here. I can. Kind of a strange square shape, so it's easy to cut around. I'll try and go back under here on where we started. So already you can see then some of the meat coming off of there. And if you want to grab, that's a good piece if you want to grab a little piece. We're not serving today, so unfortunately for you guys we get to enjoy this. But this is what you would normally be getting. So we'll kind of pull that off. This foil pan's going to hold what we would normally serve, and then we got our cast off pan here. Good to have everything handy before you get started. So again, I'm just trying to bring that off in one piece because I got plans for that later. Throw that over here. So that came off nice. And you can see underneath there, there's still meat and stuff in there. There is still a lot of fat. But like I said, I have plans for that later. We'll render that down even a little bit more.
Correctly.
That'll be a later episode. That's a surprise for my wife. So we still have a lot of fat and connective tissue here, and that's what we'll start to take off. And you can see at this point a lot of it's just jelly. It kind of just scoops out easy. It's lovely.
You can almost spoon this out.
So it's still pretty warm. I can feel it through my gloves. And we're just looking for nasty bits that might be left. A lot of fatty pocket areas, anything like that. Like this is kind of nasty. Yeah, there's one in there. It's not because this isn't cooked. This is all cooked to, this went to, excuse me. It's not because this isn't cooked. This went to 195 degrees before we took it off the cooker. Then it sat foiled. So it probably even went up a few more degrees. We're probably looking at more like 200 degrees before we started working with it. Thus the gloves. So there's just a lot of connective tissue and things like that to begin with in your pork shoulder. You can see though, look in here, if you can get in here. I don't know if my hat might be blocking some of the light. You can see I can almost squeeze that and the moisture just comes out and it drips off my glove. You can see that's the connective tissue and stuff we've rendered down. So that's what makes your pork taste good, is all that nasty stuff in there. And even at 200 degrees, you're not necessarily, I don't know if you would call it cooking it all away.
Rendering it down.
Rendering it all down. I mean, we're rendering all the fat, all the good tasty fat is rendered down into our meat. And there's just some nasty bits that we're getting rid of. So we're going to come back to the shoulder blade. My brother Aaron, he loves doing this part and showing it off. So he'll be proud of that one. Nice clean shoulder blade. I don't know if you had a dog, if you would let your dog chew on that or not. I don't know how that works. Then we're moving into kind of the area, not there, but if we turn around here, that's kind of the area that's left of the money muscle that we would use in a competition. So that's going to get broken down and served, of course. But there's still some stuff in there that we want to get rid of. So we'll do all that. Sort through, pick it from our meat. And you can see it start to shred already, so that's where your pulled pork term, quote unquote, comes from. And that's how it'll pull if you've done it right. If you gotta stand there and pull at it with your hands, like it's a muscle man contest to get pulled pork, that's not done. So you can see there, look at that. I'm not even really. And it's still moist. I mean, it's not dry by any means. There's some stuff there that'll come out. So again, this is our vending pork. Most of us in the crew like this better than our competition pork. Largely the same process, but we change a few things here and there. A little bit of a different flavor profile for our day-to-day vending. The same battle axe rub, of course, which we'll actually get to later when we season this up. Largely the same sauce. It'll get dressed with the same sauce and things like that. Just don't use quite an intense flavor profile. You're going to be sitting down eating a whole sandwich or platter or whatever. Those competition judges are just looking at one bite, so a little bit different of a flavor profile. I don't know if you'd want to sit down and eat a whole plate of, well, I shouldn't say that either. Yeah,
you would.
So, but anyway, I would say maybe more of a Carolina style pork than a Kansas City style pork.
Tastes like pork still.
In what we vend. A little bit less of the red sauce, more of just a straight vinegar, and then our rub. We, of course, if you want a little extra red sauce to throw on, we provide that for you. And look at that.
It's beautiful.
I mean, that's broken down already. And there's still a few little, whatevers in there. We'll go through and keep finding those. And you can see there we still have some nice barky pieces. Should have almost maybe pulled those out. We could have done like pork burn ends or something. So maybe we'll do that for the next time for you guys. Do some pork burn ends. I mean, you can see that's the part that got a lot of the rub, and it's just caramelized nice down. See the pepper and things like that in the seasoning. So we got one more of these to break down. We might show you a little bit of that one. That's going to be largely the same process. We'll show you the seasoning, and then a little bit later we have some brisket coming up for you as well. So maybe we'll show you a little bit of that. Breaking that down, we might slice a little bit of that up. I feel like some brisket myself tonight. So we'll get some of that working too. And again, we'll just keep picking through that. It's pretty much done. If we find a few more nasty bits, you know, we'll pull those out. But stay tuned for part 2, the seasoning of that pork shoulder. Thank you.